At number 10, Supremo. 9, El Presidente. 8, Sana Dati. 7, Tik-Tik, The Aswang Chronicles. 6, Tuhok. 5, Boses. 4, Extra. And 3, On the Job. At ang top 2, sabay na natin silang ipakilala. Dahil kasi kung tutuusin, pareho silang ang pinaka. Una, ang napiling Philippine Oscar entry ng Film Academy of the Philippines, ang Transit. At ang pangalawa, ang napiling pinaka ng aming mga panelista, ang Daewoo. Ang Transit ang tinanghal na Best Picture sa New Breed category ng Cinemalaya Film Festival noong July. Ito rin ang kauna-unahang pelikulang ginawa ng direktor nitong si Hannah Espia.
So it's an OFW experience with a very specific hook based on a real issue in Israel.
Transit is the story of a family who has lived in Israel to the point na several years na sila doon, na yung mga anak nila hindi pa nakapuntang Pilipinas.
Nagbaba ng bagong batas ang gobyerno ng Israel na ang mga anak ng mga immigrants na 5 years old and below should be deported. So may isang character doon na I think 4 years old na bata, anytime pwedeng i-deport. Imagine magde-deport yung bata, pero ikaw you have to stay in Israel dahil you have to keep working. So yun yung dilemma doon.
Dahil shot entirely in Israel ang Transit, alam nyo bang nag-aral pang magsalita ng Hebrew ang cast?
Everything is pitch perfect. The acting, Ping Medina was very good.
Sir, please.
Irma Adlawan was terrific. The kid, he was very good.
Joshua? Joshua? Lian halakta! Hinata!
Jasmine Curtis Smith was a surprise.
Ano? Ano yung may ginautak? Hindi mo maintindihan. Bakit hindi mo maintindihan, ha? Filipino ka. Dapat naiintindihan mo. Dapat marunong ka mag-Pilipino. At Filipinit!
It gave a fresh spin on the OFW story. OFW, very specific.
אפשר לראות את הדרכון שלך בבקשה?
רק רגע.
There's an existing law. It's based on reality. It's not the usual OFW movie, Filipino movie.
First time nakita tayo sa Israel, no? Yung sense of place mo talagang, wow, yan talaga yung mundo ron. Kakaiba sa paningin nating lahat. And yet, nare-recognize mo na Filipino tong mga taong to. Except yung setting nila, ibang-iba. Hindi ito sa Pilipinas. At alam mong, they're in a foreign land. Pero yung mga sentimiento nila, Pilipinong-Pilipino.
Ano pa ba ang kapuri-puri sa Transit at deserve nitong maging Philippine entry sa Oscars?
It was sophisticatedly made. There was a lot of restraint. It could have gone very sentimental, could have been very dramatic, highly confrontational, but there was very little, almost none of that in the movie. A very fluidly made story, fluidly told.
Nakaka-surprise kasi the director, si Hannah Espia, this is her first feature film, no? Tas napaka-ambitious for a first feature film na gagawin mo, set abroad pa, shot mostly in a city we've never seen before. Tapos ang ganda ng pagkagawa.
Taksiyeta Filipini, lamata ko siya.
Napaka-unique ng kwento, napaka-pino ng touch niya.
Tagalog, ganilo, ebadobo.
Everybody can relate to the plight of these Filipinos living in Israel. The Jews in the academy would know this kasi nga the term diaspora was actually coined for them when the Romans were trying to take their homeland away from them.
Yofi!
Yung theme na yun is very universal. And Hannah Espia was able to flesh out that theme in a manner which is very emotionally affecting.
Bigay ka ng konting Tel Aviv dyan, eh. Para may madala kang Israel kasama mo.
Ano ang ilan sa pinaka-memorable na eksena sa pelikula?
For me, the most heartbreaking moment ng film, doon ako talaga naiyak. In-interrogate yung tatay.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I need to deport your son.
No, you can't do this! My son is an Israeli! He will stay with me! You cannot do
Bigla
this!
nagsalita yung boy.
yung kid kumanta ng verse from the Torah and nag-stop lahat.
Just to show na, yun, I was born here, I'm Jewish, I'm an Israeli, which is technically, parang, ang ganda, grabe yung sobrang heartbreaking.
And dun sa scene na yun pa lang na encapsulate yung theme ng parang folly ng law na yun. Kasi nga you have this kid who can sing the Torah and you're sending him back to the Philippines where he obviously does not belong. But again, the law is the law.
At ang pinaka ng ating mga panelista, Thy Womb.
Malapit na. Konti pang ire.
Nung nakaraang taon, sa Venice International Film Festival, nag-uwi ng 3 awards ang Thy Womb na obra ng Cannes Award-winning director na si Brillante Mendoza.
Thy Womb is about a Bajau midwife in Mindanao who's infertile, who could not give birth. She's infertile, and the movie is about her journey, her search for a woman who could give her husband the child that he wants.
It opens with that birth scene, and it also ends with a birth scene. The travel from that first birth scene to the ending birth scene is it's a story of a woman na marami siyang kailangan i-give up because she lives in this patriarchal society. Kailangan niyang mag-bow down to certain rules of a culture.
Shot in Tawi-Tawi at tampok ang kultura ng mga Bajau, inabangan ng marami ang Thy Womb. Dahil ito ang comeback movie ni Ate Guy. Matapos siyang manirahan sa Amerika ng maraming taon.
This is not something we see every day. No? Parang alien world din to for most Filipinos. Hindi natin yan nakikita eh. Ang ganda ng mundo ng Bajau na sa dagat, yung kanilang kultura, yung kanilang mga pananamit. Ang ganda, ang kulay, ang ganda ng mga hinahabi nilang fabrics, yung mga damit nila. Napaka sa mata, kakaiba. Ang gandang tingnan. No? So, physically pa lang on the surface, talagang kakaiba, magandang tingnan.
Ang ganda nito.
You have that mixture of drama, of cinematic drama and realism. And then you have Nora Honor, who is arguably the best actress in the Philippines and the Philippines has ever known.
Saan ka nakatira?
Bakit nga ba pinag-usapan at tumatak ang performance dito ng nag-iisang superstar?
May asawa ka na ba?
It's a very challenging role. Nora was swimming in the ocean, physically challenging and emotionally challenging. We have displays of physical prowess and craftsmanship in terms of acting.
Pag napanood mo siya, hindi siya si Nora Honor eh. Parang alam mo talagang Bajau siya. Yung parang documentary nga yung pinanood mo eh. Parang doon na siya tumira all her life. Hindi ito isang artista na nagbihis ng costume. Hindi, siya yung talaga. Again, yung sinasabi nila na strength talaga ni Nora Honor are the eyes, no?
Any memorable scenes na bidang-bida ang mga mata ni Ate Guy?
When she helped Lovie Poe's character give birth, tumingin siya outside again, tapos you just see a flock of birds in the air. Very enigmatic eh. Could be, finally, she has found her freedom from the search for a child for her husband. But then, she also had to give up her role as wife to her husband. Ang bigat ng movie, but without saying anything. Visuals lang talaga. Mukha lang, emotions lang, and images.
And that scene, it's very quiet. It's a very quiet scene. Gabi siya. Although halos hindi nga illuminated yung mukha ni Nora Honor, but you can see her eyes acting, and you can feel in her eyes that there is that much sorrow, there is that much sacrifice. It's as if the entire world was thrown into her, and all of that you can feel in that very quiet moment.
Napakatahimik ng pelikulan to. Maraming eksena, no? Halos walang dialogue. Talagang nangungusap lang lagi yung mga mata ni Ate Guy. At nararamdaman mo yung yung longing niya, and then of course sa ending, yung pain, yung tapos alam mo yung tragic ending na hindi pa niya alam actually kung ano yung mangyayari sa kanya. Pero ikaw as a viewer, alam mo na kawawa ka naman. Kawawa ka naman. Ganun. Sobra heartbreaking.